from what they're doing. Everybody knows that their relationship is not real. Right? Jay-Z doesn't love her. She doesn't love him. They're not faithful to each other. They might as well just come out and say they have an open relationship. Whenever somebody gets caught in an open relationship, they pretend the other person was caught cheating. You don't like each other. This is some kind of business arrangement, or one person forced the other into a relationship, and the other person can't say they was forced into a relationship. We know Jay-Z doesn't like Beyonce. He dates everybody. She made the filthy song that she on her knees doing you know what, but he's having sex with everybody. Some of them even got pregnant by him. So when she's performing fellatio on him, other women have had sex with him. He cheats on her even now. He keeps trying to get with me. I will never have sex with him or copulate with him. I won't even sign with the company. It's not even his company. He stole that. He didn't steal that from Dame Dash. He stole that from somebody else. I already say I don't want to go into the detail. I would never have sex with Jay-Z. So that is not even a worry. But she's probably scared of that. I will never breach that. I could if I want to. He keeps coming around where I am, offering me to audition with his nephew. And then, oops, we're all of a sudden going to be in a studio together. Then he's going to want to date me and kiss and whatever the nonsense. That I don't need a come up. My family already is the come up. A lot of the stuff he's doing, he stole from me and my family. My mother's name is Annie. It's a hard knock life. Annie. I'm not gonna go into the story. Just look at the other videos. So JC keep trying to get me. I was in somewhere where he shouldn't be. My father was a boxer, so it pertains to me. He was there by himself. He grabbed my hand. I have met Jay-Z in person. He grabbed my hand. I'm not the one bothering him. He grabbed my hand. I had to snatch my hand back. Then he tried to be in the room with me by myself when I was taking pictures, so that he could find a reason to talk to me and I guess try to date me. And I got out of there instead of trying to do whatever. So Beyonce feeling all big and bad because she want to say nothing happened with me and Jay-Z. Yes, it did. I just stopped it. He grabbed my hand in a romantic fashion. It's probably on the Jumbotron. He grabbed my hand. It wasn't a handshake. My hand was this way. He was grabbing it like he was trying to woo me. He was like this. He held my hand this way. He didn't say, hello, how are you? When I went on the floor of Madison Square Garden, he probably came that night because he knew I was going. I planned to go, but I got my ticket late. So I had like an $86 ticket. I was working at Chase Bank. I already planned to go to that game. My father was a boxer, so I'm into sports. I'll go to all the sports if I could, but I can't do everything because I do other stuff. But I was planning on going to that game, but I got my ticket late. But he came to that game. You still didn't have to see me. So when they called me onto the floor to play Simon Says in between at the half, he all of a sudden gets out of his seat. He see us coming down to the floor. I talk about stuff on my site about rap and stuff. So he see my picture. He know who I am. So when I get on the floor, he holds my hand that way. He didn't have to hold it like that. If he was just going to try to be professional, he could have shook my hand. He didn't have to do that. But he had to be all extra, and he took my hand into his and shit. And I had to get my hand back. And then when everything was over, I wanted to take pictures of the stadium. So he tried to fall back as if we had some kind of moment because he held my hand, and so he fell back like I was gonna stop and talk to him and be like yada yada yada. I looked at him, I was like, ew, that's Jay-Z, and I got out of there. I was like, I'm not talking to him, and I'm especially not talking to him by myself. I do have somebody, he know who it is, but I was like, I'm not talking to him. And I said, I'm especially not talking to him with us in here by ourselves. It was like basically empty. I was like, it was they played basketball and then when it emptied out, I just wanted to take pictures of the arena. So he watching everything I do. So he saw when I was leaving. So his ass he stayed behind. I just wanted to take pictures. I saw that. I think I did get to take a few pictures, and I guess he came out after. I guess he came out after that or something, because I did actually take pictures, and then I got out of there, but I didn't take no picture of him. So I didn't take pictures of him. I only took pictures of the arena while I was sitting down. So he could be in any of the pictures, but I didn't come there for you. You found out I was coming there. And then when they called me onto the floor to play Simon Says, he grabs my hand and I had to snatch my hand back from Jay-Z. And this was in about either 2004 or 2005. So he was trying to kick it to me. I wasn't with it. I asked Jay-Z, did he ever touch my hand? And if he say no, it's on Jumbotron. It was in the Knickerbockers, Madison Square Garden. So he been trying to kick it to me. He keeps showing up where I show up. Even if we was in the same place, my father is the athlete. You shouldn't have never gotten into sports. You only did that because I was into sports in Bed-Stuy. He lived in my neighborhood. Biggie lived used to go to church 3 blocks away from me. Mr. C lived maybe like 4 or 5 blocks away from me. They knew I did music. They used to tell me, "Oh, Mr. C live over there." I never went to Mr. C house. We used to do our own parties. My family owned churches. We don't need somebody to put us on. So I pray that I never go into the music industry. The only way I'll go into the music industry if we get all the people that do music naked and stuff. They got to shake their behind. If they leave, I'll go into the music industry. But I prayed to God back in the day that I never go into the music industry, it has to change for me to go in. So I'll dip my toe and I put some stuff on Spotify and stuff like that. Jay Z got my music taken down, and then I was going on small auditions and stuff like that. So then he got his nephew to send something to me to ask me to audition for them. So recently, like maybe a month ago, Jay Z's nephew started doing auditions. I was already going to audition for a year. Jay Z's nephew they said Jay Z's nephew is doing auditions. People want to go. My music is already on the radio and in different countries. Jay Z don't know that my music is already out. I don't really need to do the audition. I'm just being humble. My music is already out there. So when Jay-Z nephew gave the invite to an audition for him, because if I'm humble enough to go on an audition, if that's the way you want to do it, then nigga was gonna let me do it that way. So Jay-Z nephew said they're doing auditions for me to come to audition. I don't want to work with Jay-Z. He's trying to date me. You could say I'm lying all you want to, but I know the man held my hand at Madison Square Garden. He wasn't even bashful in front of the whole fucking stadium that they would see him holding my hand. It's probably on Jumbotron. If you ask him it, he might even say, yeah, it's true. He might say true. People don't want to know the truth. If you ask Jay-Z, did he hold my hand at the Madison Square Garden? He might say yeah. If he lied, Beyonce might tell him to lie. It probably is on Jumbotron. We were doing the Simon Says in between. So they called my seat to come down to the floor and play Simon Says in between the game. He didn't have to come on the floor. He could have waited until we walked all the way out to the floor, and then he wouldn't have passed me. So when I went to the floor, I could have just went out there. Then he could have waited and passed by. But he saw us coming down, and then he came down to the floor and tried to leave out. You don't have to leave then. All you got to do is wait because everybody coming onto the floor, he was able to see. He didn't grab everybody's hand. There was a little kid, there was a woman, there was different races of people. Everybody that came down to play Simon Says, he ignored all of them. He didn't say hello. He didn't say hi. He grabbed my hand, and he didn't grab it like if it was a business thing, like, oh, I know you do rap and stuff like that. Handshake. He grabbed my hand like a man grabs a woman's hand when they're interested. I'm not interested in him. I'm not trying to throw mud on his name. Just like they think because he did stuff to me that I have animosity towards him. I'm a pastor. I don't have animosity towards Jay-Z. There's nothing that he can do to me that can harm me. I'm too blessed for that. So I don't have any animosity towards him. He trying to harm my husband. You can't even do that. You see, the more you try to mess with him, the more he go up. You making money for us. When you make money, that's our money and the money we make. So we making double money. You steal from us, you make money for us over there, and whatever we make over here, we get that too. Why should we be mad at you? We just making sure that my husband is safe. Now that we know God is bringing down all the people that's been messing with us, we're good. So why should we be mad at people? Everybody that is grabbing a hold to stuff that's mine, saying it's theirs, God is dealing with them. So with salvation walls surrounded, I could smile at all my foes. So I could really talk to them and laugh with them. I see some of the wives and stuff really do that. They look and they be talking to the women like ain't nothing wrong. Like when you see Cherie talking to Jada, you be like, what the hell is wrong with you? With salvation walls surrounded, smile at all our foes. He not sleeping with her, and when it's time for vacation, he go on vacation with his real wife. There you go. There it is. He out there in the public. Now it's time to disrespect Jada. Go dance with the Latina. You kiss women on screen. It's not a big deal. You kiss a woman. You're not even trying to get with her. And if something happened where God allow you to slip or something, we already know they trying to mess you over. So the wife is not even messing with him like that. She not even holding anything against him. They drugging people and shit. They might try to drug him and say, see, he went all the way with it. He did so. So she not holding nothing against him. There's nothing that Will Smith can do that'll turn Sharia against him at this point. Like there's nothing that Derek can do at this point to turn me against him. Because we already know that you setting people up now. Kathy Lee put us on. They were bringing women to be his type and stuff and try to get him to sleep with them. They had cameras already ready to try to catch Frank Gifford cheating on Kathy Lee, but they didn't find his mistress. They had to bring him a mistress. So you don't have a mistress for him. You gotta bring him a mistress to try to find somebody that he's cheating with. So they bring people that they tell Hollywood, you gotta date this kind of woman. And then they bring these kind of women around my husband and then act like he's dating them. So why does he care if he's in the picture with a lot of women? The more women he's in pictures with, the more trivial him having a relationship is. This is the funny part. You don't want to be the one standing next to a man when he look like he uses relationships trivially. So he's not going to have his real woman next to him when people are saying he's just hoeing around. So like if they think a man has been out there, he just getting all kind of women, he don't want his real wife out there with him. He'll have a trash bag out there with him, like, look at, yeah, I have a lot of women, so I just use them like drawers. You don't have your real wife out there when you're known for a guy. You're known as the guy who use women as drawers. Even if they think you settle down, they'll be like, well, this is stained drawers, and when is he going to get rid of this one? Or who he banging on the side? And then you have the real situation where there's a wife in the background, like, hey, over here, and everybody know like these are clowns. And if you look at the things that tell you relationships are fake, they got age different that is obvious it's not a real relationship. One person show their body in public that will for their business. You can tell that it's not a real relationship. Like there's just so many different things going on to make it obvious that relationships are not real. In Hollywood, I already said that these relationships were going to break up and stuff like that. You're going to start seeing it. So we're now starting to see it. Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. No kidding. I put that on my podcast. All the fake Hollywood relationships are going to break up. So the Diddy trial just proved what I said. You're going to start seeing the Hollywood relationships were fake. So we know that Diddy's relationship is fake, but legally it's better for him to say that it was a relationship. You came to steal my money, so you wanted a fake relationship. I gave it to you. You came as a gold digger. You came to steal my money, so I did a fake relationship with you. It's not my fault. You forced me into it. You got what you deserve. He's indemnified because she had to talk so much about what he told her. She basically she was trying to show he was so controlling. I went to the club and he kicked me out. He wouldn't let me party with him. Exactly. You wasn't his girlfriend then, so you can't because you loved him. He told you don't party with him. He kicked you out of the club. You did something that he didn't want to be around you. He kicked you out. That shows you coerced him to party with him. He told you also within weeks of doing free call, weeks or months of doing free call, you got to pay for your own. You could have left then and said, I will not do your freak off, and neither will I be your girlfriend, and neither will I be your artist. You weren't so in love then. What made you stay? It must be the money. Cassie is a gold digger. She's a liar. She's a Satanist. But Jay-Z is busted. Nicki Minaj is busting him. I tried to tell him he was stealing my stuff. Don't believe me. So now Nicki Minaj said he stole 200 million from her. He owe her. You don't gotta believe it. Nothing I say. You don't gotta believe nothing I say. Nicki Minaj and them said it. I bet you. I bet you Nicki Minaj and them proving that Jay-Z steal big money from people. Why would you steal 200 million from Nicki? Because you broke. You need that money to look like you got that in your bank. That's Nicki's bank. He probably can't make money off the deal because he stole it from somebody else. He probably didn't make any money off of Tidal and stuff like that. That's not his company. Tidal is a name of a king in the Bible, but I won't go into all that. You're busted, Jay-Z.